A principal getting slapped to the ground is turning heads in the city of Plaquemine. On Monday, the principal at Iberville Elementary was watching a basketball game when police say she noticed young children walking onto the court while the game was being played. You can see the principal getting up so the little kids didn't get hurt. At least 2 times she pulls the kids back while the game is in play. At some point, Plaquemine Police Chief Stephen Angolio says words were exchanged, and the mom was having none of it. After the principal was knocked to the ground, you can see she grabs a napkin to wipe her face. Police say she had a busted lip and a head injury. Tonight, Alicia Parker, the mom seen hitting the principal, is facing felony charges: battery on a school teacher, resisting officers, and disturbing the peace. Another woman who also got involved is also facing charges.
See, they need to put this woman under the jail. See, she probably walked in there and had her kids running around the gymnasium, getting ready to get run over on the basketball court, and the principal is thinking about the liability. But this ghetto ratchet woman can't understand that. So she's thinking to herself, no, this white woman ain't going to put her white hands on my black baby. Yes, she did. She was trying to help your child, ma'am. You don't have to grab your hands and punch the woman for it. You need to go to jail for a long time.
Here we go. Once again, welcome back to my channel. I want to thank you for watching today's video. And if you've seen the clip, you already kind of know partially what the video is going to be about. But just like in the dude, or in the video, the guy that was saying what he was saying about the woman that hit the principal, and all the principal was trying to do was pretty much protect the kids from getting hurt or ran over or even trampled, right? So the dude was right? The man's right. He's not wrong about what he's saying. And I say that because it just seems like we live in a world today where it's not everybody, but certain women, you can't tell them how to raise their kids, even enough to even protect their children from being hurt or harmed in any kind of way. It's like these women would much rather see their children be harmed and put in harm's way or in danger just to feel like they're right for what it is that they're doing and how they're raising their children. In this day and age, parents need to go back to being parents. But at the same time, being held accountable if they're not parenting correctly. I'm glad that that woman, got apprehended the way she did, if she did. And the principal did the right thing. The principal did the right thing by taking care of those kids and pulling them off the court so that nothing happened to them. Heck, if it were my kids, my kids aren't going to be running around like that, for one, because my kids are going to be a lot more disciplined. But two, if it were anybody that I knew, I would want them to pull that kid off the court respectfully in the kind manner. I could see if she just dragged the kid, by the jacket and, yelled at him, screamed at him. She simply said, I don't know what she said, but she simply politely pulled him off the court so nothing would happen to them. And instead of going up and thanking the woman, because she's not in her right mind, the mother goes up and decides to get in the principal's face and pretty much hit her. Right, and honestly, why would you expect anything different? Just based upon how she's dressed, how she looks, how she carries herself. Why would you expect anything different? But we're constantly trying to make excuses for women like that. in our community justifying her running up and putting hands on a principal that pretty much did the right thing and protected those children. So now we're wrong for protecting children. We're wrong for, making sure they don't get hurt because you as a parent aren't accountable enough to watch over your kids and watch over your children. And I know some of the talking points are going to be, especially coming from black folks, racism, that woman had no reason to put her hand on the kid, so on and so forth. If you're a thinking person, and you have the right mindset that you need to think and to live in today's world, you would realize that that person did the right thing. The races of people can be reversed. And this is not saying that this is just a black person thing. It's just common sense. It's common sense to see kids running out on the court, to pull them out of the situation to where they don't get hurt. But how often do we see situations where some mothers will know or not know of their children getting involved into situations, conflicts, being involved with people they shouldn't be around, and because you want to be your friend's child or you don't want to, protect your child and help your child and guide them in the right direction, you would much rather hear about them on a 6 o'clock news show or news channel getting shot or found dead somewhere because you didn't want to do the right thing and teaching and training them and bringing them up the right way. So now you want to blame the system and everybody else but you. Like, we live in a dangerous world out there. For all you mothers out there, taking care, being told, you have mothers out here telling people, you're not going to tell me how to raise my child and this and that. Take care of your child then. Raise your child with respect. Raise your child to be safe. Pull your child out of situations where they can be harmful or cause harm or be harmed in any situation that's suited. I don't understand why we live in a society that justifies part of it being okay for some of these women to have their kids running around doing and saying the things they're saying. This is an example of parenting why kids grow up angry, mad, and pissed off at the world. Who knows, maybe her parents were like that. Maybe her parents never gave a damn about her. 9 times out of 10, just based on how she's looking and how she's carrying herself, that's exactly what it seems to be. But we want to constantly talk about everybody else and point the finger and blame everyone else but yourself. So no, I totally agree with the guy that commented on that video. 100% agree. She deserved to be thrown into jail. That principal did everything she could to help protect those kids, and you want to go around raising your hand. But then you want to talk about why you're giving this angry black woman trope. To those that it applies to. Not all, but to those that it applies to. You want to constantly put out, we're not angry black women. You can't tell me what to do, and we're queens, and we can say whatever and do whatever. But then, when it's time to be held accountable, you want to blame everybody else but yourself. No. This is why you have these quote-unquote narratives or truth statements about you that you have. Now, it doesn't apply to every woman or every black woman, whatever the case may be. There's plenty of people that actually do the right thing, that actually raise and train and teach their kids the right way. But you have examples like this on why you have the labels that you have. And then you want to sit around, and the same thing would be thrown towards other black men who, in a situation, I watched another video where you had a dude run up to a white female referee I don't know what the reason was, but he ran up to her, threatened her, pretty much getting all in her face, and looks like he was going to cause bodily harm and start throwing punches. If you got a group of angry people today that truly need help, man. But at the end of the day, that's all I have to say about this video. Raise your kids, train them right, and do better so that our society can be safer. That's all for today's video. Thank you for watching. If you are new to my channel and you agree, and you want to leave a comment, even if you disagree, go ahead and leave a comment. Like, share, and subscribe to my content, and I'll get back to y'all in another video. But before I go, always remember, to be informed is not to be woke. Stay conscious, my friends.
We're supposed to answer, and if we don't answer the way they think we should, then we're labeled as we got attitude or we're aggressive. Like, that one, I don't agree with that.
Because it's the angry black woman.
But if you're the
It's the angry black
That's
woman
my
thing.
point.
But
But why?
Is it true or is it a myth, but it's a thing, right? Either way, right?
It's a thing because people make it a thing,
No,
including
so
it
goes
that's
back
a hard
to the way I
foul.
react
Anybody
to
would
things,
get
right?
mad at that.
So it's the thing. So it goes back to the shit. I take my mother, and black woman, right? Fit the same shit, right? And I tell her the same thing. Like, you can't react like that to everything and everybody, right? You can't.
Why?
You can't.
I'm saying why?
You
You're
can't.
Because she's a black woman.
Because that thing,
Which
my
is
point
wrong.
exactly.
Which is wrong.
You can't react with attitude to every. My mom just got out. Listen, she in the hospital having open heart surgery and giving these people attitude. You just got your goddamn chest cut open. You're in there giving these people attitude. I told, listen, these people got your life in their hands. You got to be able to turn that off at some point.
Well, Kenyon,
Right.
that example and this example
I'm saying,
are
but the
two
point I'm
totally
making,
different
but the
things.
point I'm making is the angry black woman thing. Is this true or is it a myth? It's a thing. Whether you want to fall into the conversation or the category or not, it's a thing.
Shamika, you fire. I think he said the whole truth there in a very uncomfortable way. Brought his mama into it. That was amazing to me. That type of honesty and transparency. And I even want to give Cheryl Swopes credit for participating in the conversation without running off, crying, and playing the victim.
Jason, he said the honest truth. It's a thing. And like he said, whether you want to fall into the category or not, it's really your choice. You can either say this is a thing and be more aware of your behavior as a black woman, or you can pretend like everybody's out for you and you have done nothing wrong and you're a queen and you can't be criticized. And so therefore you don't try to correct the behavior. But what he said is the absolute truth. It's a thing. And you don't have to go far to see it. Go to your local store, go to the school, go to the church, talk to some of your friends. It's a thing. And I don't understand why we think because, oh, I'm a black woman, it should be excused. That type of behavior should not be excused. As I said earlier, there are things we have not endured. People that are my age, we haven't endured the hardships of my grandmother. My grandmother isn't even angry like that. So why are we mad? What are we mad about? I can only draw the conclusion that black women are so angry because we're out of order. When you're not fulfilling your purpose and your nature, you're not operating in the nature for what God created you for, you're gonna be mad. And you can pretend all day long that you're some boss bitch, you're in charge, you should be in control, you can stand toe to toe with men. You cannot. And when you have to wear such masculine behaviors, you're not going to be happy about it, or you're not going to come across soft and happy because you're walking around wearing clothes that you're not supposed to wear.